Hey y'all, welcome back. We are back for another episode of Peach Talk. I have with me my very, very beautiful entrepreneurial guest, Miss Aisha Sayles. How you doing today, girl?
Hello, everybody. How are you today, love?
I'm doing well. I'm glad you could join me. Again, I appreciate you being on the show. As always, we like to spotlight, an entrepreneur each month that are doing big things with their businesses and hopefully get your products out there so that, other people can join in on the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's definitely an honor and a pleasure to do this. I'm grateful that you chose me. So, hey, let's get started.
Okay, girl. Well, let's start out by introducing yourself to the people.
Okay, well, my name is Aisha Sales. I do go by Queen or AJ. Either one is perfectly fine. I'm a mommy first, a child of God, um, a new fiance.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Um, Definitely a go-getter, driven. Had this vision for quite some time, and I'm finally starting to execute on it, and I'm very happy with where I am, and I know the sky's the limit. So hey.
Well, I can say for sure, I visited the site and, honey, you got some beautiful clothes that you are selling, honey. So,
Thank you, thank you.
and I also see the post when you post yourself and your attire, girl. You doing the thing. I'm just telling you. So,
I'm
honey, I'm
trying,
like,
honey.
hey, we got to get her on.
Yes, I am trying, honey. It's definitely it's a journey that you just can't give up on just because you're not immediately seeing the success that you want. So
Right.
I'm
And
all aboard.
right. I know a lot of times, whenever entrepreneurs start on their journey, it can be a bit discouraging,
Oh yeah.
because we expect, overnight results. Because although we believe in our own dream, we have to basically convince others to believe in us as well. So it's
Absolutely.
one of those things where we always having to struggle with doubting ourselves, and you
Yes.
know, it's a
And
journey.
we compare ourselves to who we see in the spotlight currently, and nobody's journey is the same. That's something that I
Right.
had to learn. I'm telling you, I would beat myself up like, dang, I didn't sell nothing this week. Like, oh, what is going on? But it's not that there's so many factors with dealing with retail anyways, people's incomes, your advertising and marketing, the seasons changing, what's in style, what's out of style. So there's a lot of things that you have to be mindful of and understand that it plays a very big part in what you're trying to do.
Right.
And I just, like I said, got to stop comparing yourself to who's currently in the spotlight. That has nothing to do with you.
Exactly. You got some people saying hello. So, hey, Felicia, how are you?
Hey, y'all.
um, so you did mention that you do have a child or children.
I have two young kings.
Okay.
Yes, I do. They're
Oh,
12 and 10.
awesome.
Jesus Christ, I don't
So,
know what
how do
he's
they
thinking.
feel? How do they feel about mommy being an entrepreneur and the apparel business?
Listen, my kids are my biggest supporters besides my fiance. They're all at school online showing people my mama's on Google. My mommy's famous. Look at my mommy. And it just
Right.
melts my heart because I would dare not shatter their dream of what they say about me being famous. Manifest that, baby.
Right.
Manifest us being, manifest us being up here, and just living the best life that I feel they deserve,
Right.
So they help me when I have pop-up shops. They help me when I have to fill orders. My youngest son, he was so excited. He actually got to ship an item for me. That made his little world, honey. So
I know that's
they're
right.
my number one supporters. Yes.
That's good. So how does being a business owner affect your personal life? Like how are what are some things that you do to create a healthy personal life both for your new fiance and your children?
Ooh, I have to learn my cutoff limit. I'm a bit of a workaholic. Outside of business, I work a full time job as well. And then I actually own a work from home call center under the same name as my business name. So, I can hire my own agents, all that. But I have to learn a cutoff limit. My kids, they get at least an hour to an hour and a half of my time a day. My fiance is the same. Whenever she's off work, we get our late night time. Like, we sit
Right.
up and binge watch stuff on Netflix,
Right.
And she's a personal chef, so she'll cook us this good meal, honey, and we
Aw.
just be sitting there. See, that's why I said this happy way got to go. You know, it's got to go. It's got to get up off of me. But I just love our time, and they're all very understanding. And sometimes if I'm not able to cut it short, they'll come in my office and help me. You
Oh,
know,
that's
my
sweet. Yeah.
fiance will fill orders, my children will fill orders. It's got to customize a piece, they'll help with that. So that's how we get our bonding time. So it balances out. It really does.
Well, that's awesome. And it's always important to have that quality time with your family because, you
Yes.
know, can't nobody support you like your own,
You know?
especially, and I think we both, mentioned it before we got on, always incorporating the kids because,
Mhm.
it's always good to show them, how to be entrepreneurs because you want your
Absolutely.
children to create generational wealth as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
it's very important. I commend you on that.
Thank you.
Um
Thank you.
so how long have you been in business and what made you pursue your passion in apparel?
Okay, so I mean, for those who remember me from high school, I was always a tomboy. Okay, just I just wanted my sneakers and basketball shorts and things of that nature. But um, my bestie, my best friend Tansy, one day she sat me down and she was like, "Look, let's talk about the fact that you got a bomb shape, baby. And we're about to dress you up girly, okay? We're about to we're about to take you to get these nails done, this, that, and that." And I've been hooked ever since on fashion. I love whether it's men fashion or women fashion, I love fashion in general. And she taught me how to walk in my first pair of heels. Like she broke
Okay.
me in. So after that, it's just been an ongoing cycle for me. And then I got my LLC actually back in 2015, but I never took myself seriously.
Mm,
Um, I had to go through some stuff. I was in a rough situation, a bad marriage. I was going through some stuff and I didn't take myself nor my business seriously. It wasn't until I moved back to Georgia from Ohio in 2019 where I just said, you know what? Nobody's going to take a chance on me but me.
for you. Hmm.
So after 2019, baby, I hit the ground running and I do not plan to stop.
I know that's right. Yeah, and the crazy thing about it, I know you say you live here in Georgia now, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so and this is honey for those who don't know, we always consider this Black Hollywood
You
because
know,
I mean you
baby
the
Hollywood.
right, so the possibilities here are just endless, and
Yes.
so it's always good to change your environment so that you can have that encouragement because both
Hmm.
of us from Montgomery, Alabama, baby, and
Okay.
it's a little
Yeah,
slower in
it,
process,
it
when
is,
it comes
you
to
know,
things. But here in Atlanta, it's fast, so you
it
got to
is.
keep up,
Yes,
So
you
it's
do.
always good to have surround yourself with like-minded individuals to where you can, even when it comes to picking their brain for business,
Yes.
knowledge and because you have a lot of people here that have already done it or already in the business, and it's always a good networking. I'm sorry, networking opportunities here.
People are they're more excited about helping you here in Georgia than back home. See, back
Mm.
home, everybody knows who you are.
Right.
And we tend to hold on to an image of who a person once was versus who they're trying to
Mm.
be now.
Hmm.
And so we're like, oh, they ain't for real. They ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
They just went there. But when you get here, it's like no matter who you know or who you don't know,
Hmm.
people like, okay, if you're serious about this, I'm going to see how serious you are. They're just going to do it. They're going to help you. They're going to
Right.
give you resources that they have, or even if they don't have resources, oh, I heard about this, I heard about that. Sharing something in your Instagram, sharing something in your
Right.
Facebook, just helping one. It's all this money is out here to be made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here in Georgia, it's like nobody's fighting over the dollar. Everybody's trying
Right.
to help one another get the dollar. You know?
Right. And that's because, I think, the mentality is here, whereas I know for me, I feel like everybody can eat.
Yeah,
everybody, tried to, say, oh, well, why would you start a podcast? Or why would you, there's so many out here. And I'm like, you got 1,000 channels on your TV, but you
exactly.
only gonna choose one to watch, baby. So
Hmm. You know,
you gotta understand. There's always something for everybody
it
in
is.
any type of industry.
It is.
So
And we have to stop worried about what the next person is doing. You know what
true.
I'm saying?
Very true.
Like, I know quite well, I could count on one hand how many plus size boutiques there are. And even if we have the same merchandise, that doesn't mean we have the same circle of
Mm,
clients. You get what I'm saying?
right. Right.
I may have a piece that this boutique doesn't have. And I'm
Right.
a supporter as well. So I will buy from another boutique and I will network their stuff. I will get on and take pictures in it and post it and tag them like this lip gloss, hot stuff.
Right.
Yes. Yes. She
Right.
she's my go-to for my makeup palettes. She's my go-to for my lip gloss. Baby, listen, I network because you don't want to forever be called a small business. At some point, you
Mm.
want to
Yeah.
elevate and be a big business.
Right. Right.
Put your stuff up there with Louis and Gucci and whoever else with Mac and whatever products, Jordan, whoever. Manifest that in your head because you will definitely get on the right path to do what you need to do to get there. It's all about focus and drive and knowing that you can. Don't settle for, oh, I'm just from Montgomery and ain't
Right.
nobody gonna take me. Yeah, I may be from Montgomery, but baby, that's not my destination.
I know that's right. And then especially, you hit something key, and that's having the confidence within yourself,
Yes.
because, just understanding how much you're worth and
Hmm.
your value and what you bring to an industry, that is very important to
It
know
is.
that, hey, I have something that no one else has, and that's me.
Yes. Nobody's gonna
So
take you seriously if you don't feel that way about yourself.
exactly.
Confidence is something that is very noticeable.
Right.
Very noticeable. You can't come in this game timid,
Right.
especially the fashion world or no industry period. You can't come in there timid because they're gonna feel like, oh, well, why should I? Why should
Right.
I shop with you? Or why should I be on your podcast? Or why should I let you cook for me or whatever you got going on? Why?
Right.
If you can't walk in there and know you the sugar, honey, ice, and the tea, baby, they not gonna know. Not
Exactly,
gonna know.
exactly. So do you think that there's room for improvement, or do you have like new things that coming to your store anytime soon, or
Absolutely. Child, listen. That improvement thing, yes. In that, listen, I'm a big procrastinator, y'all. Let's just start there, okay? That is the thing that be whooping my behind. I got to stop procrastinating, okay? That's definitely my thing that I have to get under wraps.
Mhm.
As far as my marketing, I think that is another room for growth that I have going on. I got to stop being so scared when it comes to investing these big coins in the radio stations and stuff like that because that's where people are coming and noticing. You know what I'm saying? Um, got to get my billboard back out there. I had it out for a second and then I stopped. With me, it's just, sometimes we do get hit so hard for the lack of sales or the lack of noticing or the lack of promotion that you fall into a bit of a funk.
Right.
So you get, I'm in the midst of pulling myself back out of that funk.
Mhm.
Um, and yes, I do have quite a lot of new things. My entire website is about to be revamped. So look out for that. Definitely. Definitely a new season of clothing is coming out, as well as we are adding on a stud clothing line.
Okay.
Um, we're adding on a children's clothing line.
Okay.
Um, and I'm actually working on a men's clothing line as well.
Okay. That's
So you have some
awesome.
new stuff coming out.
Okay, that is awesome, girl.
Thank you.
So, and of course, we will have all the descriptions. I mean, well, I'm sorry, all of the contact information in the description of this video once everything is uploaded. So people will be able to reach out via your site
Yeah.
or your contact information so that they can partake in your
Perfect.
apparel. Um, So, what has been your process in becoming an apparel business owner?
Ooh, the process. First of all, making sure all the legalities are taken care of because you don't want nobody to sue you for something that you know.
Right,
Making sure the legalities are always intact is my biggest thing that I have to make sure is done first and foremost. The next thing is understanding that you're not always going to hear a yes. There are going to
mhm,
be a lot of no's,
mhm,
you know, but as long as you keep the faith in God first and the faith in yourself that you know you can do this, no matter how many no's you hear, just,
right,
understand that's their loss. Um, Making sure you set aside time to, like myself, I do have a website as well as a actual location. That can be very hard because
right,
you got to make sure your inventory is always right. You got to make sure whatever avenues you're selling upon, if they do not sync together, you got to stay on top of that.
right,
So, I worked in a clothing store prior to having my own business, and I never understood, dang, why we always got to do inventory every 2-3 days? What's going on?
right,
Well,
right,
well, there are reasons, you know what I'm saying? Um, and now understanding that myself, I'm grateful for what I did learn prior
mhm,
to, you know, image is a big thing. How you wrap these packages up, that matters. You know what I'm saying? Your business card look, it matters.
right,
So you really got to take pride and know that your business is your baby. Um, Putting my face out there. I used to be afraid at first. I used to be like, I don't want to take no pictures. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to pay models and let them do. But when you're at a certain point in your business, you have to understand that maybe financially you can't do that.
right, right,
So you
right,
got to scale back. Be your own model, be your own picture taker or whatever you got to do to make that thing look good. You got to do whatever you have to do, but understand that there is going to be a time where you're going to have to get help.
right,
And, find those people who are willing to understand that, hey, right now I'm on a rocky road. I'm just now getting my business off the ground. If you don't mind helping me maybe once a week, or if you don't mind helping me come up with an idea for this and the third. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Whatever you need for your business. If it's something that I know or I can do that you don't have the time to do, I got you. Just rubbing elbows with the right people will definitely help you and bring you a long way in your business. And
right.
just, understanding that, hey, there is no limit.
I know
No
that's
matter what
right.
nobody tell you, there's no limit.
I know that's right. So, I know that with being an entrepreneur, and also having a full time job, it's kind of it
Ooh,
can be busy. It can be very busy,
ooh.
and a lot of people don't understand that. So what are some other things that you work on outside of your business?
Outside of that I personally work on,
Hmm.
trying to keep my health together, honey. Staying sane.
Right.
Trying to my kids, by them being 12 and 10, now they're growing into their own little men. So they're having their own personalities. The little girls are coming around. I don't like that. I don't like that part. I
Girl,
don't
look,
like
I
it.
got three, so I know.
Oh God. See, so you feel my struggle. I try to stay on top of them and, help them to understand that the first and foremost thing, everybody is not your friend.
Right.
Um, Given the tragic situation that just happened with the young lady, Miss Robinson, you know, I send my prayers out to her family because I've been preaching to my sons for the past maybe 2-3 years. Hey, don't use that F word lightly. Don't,
Right.
everybody's not your friend. Some people are associates and some people are not even that.
I
It's
know
just
that's
somebody you met, you had a conversation with, and keep it moving. Um, that's one of my biggest fears and my biggest things that I devote my time to outside of being an entrepreneur and working a full-time job is making sure I'm a part of their lives and
right.
teaching them valuable lessons. My schedule's pretty tight.
Right.
We have to schedule dates around this mug.
Exactly.
We can't just do surprise, babe. Let's go here. No,
Mhm.
I got to be on here at 2 o'clock. That don't work
Right.
like that. So, it's just keeping a tight knit schedule, sticking to that schedule. You're gonna lose a lot of sleep, baby. Ooh,
I
ooh.
understand.
Sleep
Look,
deprivation is real.
Your to-do list is, like, forever long, like, cause even if
Okay.
you think you've done everything for that day, you like, "Oh, now I gotta prepare for the upcoming," like, even for me, like, people were like, "Oh, how's the booking going on with the shows?" I was like, "Honey, I'm done with November, now I'm in December,
You
and
feel me? But
I
yes,
haven't even got there yet."
yes,
So
yes. It's a lot. And it's like, even when you sleep, you're not sleep because your brain going.
right,
And you're like, oh, I
exactly.
gotta do this tomorrow. Oh, I gotta do this next week. Oh, this coming up, this coming up. Whew. It's like
Right.
no life, but you got a life.
I know that's right, I know that's right. So, what has been some of the biggest challenges you faced as an entrepreneur?
Ooh. Um, Funding is one of them things,
Mm,
baby. Whew. I think everybody can relate to that. Um, and I know a lot of people say, hey, there's grants, there's this. Well, there may be grants, but you got to understand that those grants may be for specific things.
mhm,
And just as well as you're in the running for those grants, so is maybe 1,000 of others.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Trying to manage that in your household is
right.
ooh, it could be quite a lot.
Right,
Um, Another thing is, not overbooking yourself.
right, exactly.
Understanding that you do have to rest at some point.
Right,
Some point you got to give your body rest, time to catch up to whatever else you got going on around you. Um, Putting your face out there again, like I said, that's another thing. Putting yourself out there first. You have to sell yourself
right,
before you can sell a product or anything else that you got going on. Um, I used to be real shy. You know what I'm saying? I used to didn't want to I wasn't gonna talk to
right,
who. What
right.
we about to talk about? I
Look,
don't.
me and you both of us was shy, honey.
We
We
was
used to talk to each other,
so
but
he's like, who's gonna do what? Oh, nah, nah.
right,
That's okay. I let somebody else do that.
right.
But
Mm-mm.
coming up out of that shell, that was one of those things. Ooh, ooh, I cried many nights. I was like, ooh, I gotta get on camera. I don't want to do it.
You
You
so
know,
silly.
just being all aboard for you, being all
Right,
aboard for yourself. It's really been a challenge with
right.
me. Being a
So how were you able to overcome those challenges? Like where were some practices you implemented in your life to kind of give you that space to balance?
so with the funding thing, discipline. Ooh, discipline, honey. You you get it. It started out for me, honestly.
I
Every
had to put
cash
discipline.
dollar I broke, I had to put it in a jug, right? And I had to tell myself, you cannot touch it. Don't you touch it, tape it up,
Right,
hide it from yourself, whatever you gotta do. Don't touch it.
right,
I did pretty dang good, girl. I did pretty dang good. I was able to save up for my first shipment of clothing, girl, and I thought I did something then. I was like, yeah, I got me $150. I can do this. And then reality setting like, girl, that's only one thing. What else you
I
gonna
know,
buy?
right?
What, how else you gonna do this? What
Right,
else you gotta
right,
do? Um, and I started to get my credit together and understand that credit is a very important factor in business. People like to say that your personal credit is not important. It is. It
right,
definitely, definitely is, because if your personal credit is not together, people are not going to care about your face card. They don't care nothing about how pretty you are. They don't care nothing about the products
right,
you sell. They can't trust you. If
right,
you can't pay this bill, how you gonna pay this bill? If I
right,
loan you this money, how can I trust you to pay me back? But your personal credit say it's up.
right.
So getting credit together was another thing for me. When it came to put my face out there,
Mhm.
I had to get in that mirror. I get in the mirror and have a talk with myself and understand that I may not be everybody cup of tea, but I'm somebody cup of Hennessy or Douce or whatever you're drinking. You feel what I'm saying? So for every I wouldn't talk to her, there's about 15. Yes, I would.
Right, right,
Yes, I would. And understand how beautiful I am, no matter if somebody want to talk to me or not. It was about me understanding that I'm very pretty. I'm very pretty,
right.
very beautiful, and have that confidence in myself to say, girl, you can get in front of the camera and do this and the third. And it's
Okay.
a learning process.
Right,
You may not know how to pose today, but by tomorrow you may got about 10 poses down pat.
right,
Practice,
right.
practice
Exactly.
your angles, practice this, practice your makeup, practice whatever you got to do to cut costs, but to make you look as professional as you can be in this current state that you're in.
Right.
And as you grow, then the money grow, then you can expand. And okay, now I got makeup artists. Now I ain't got to
Right.
worry about this, that, and third. Now I got
Yeah.
professional photos. So yes, and networking.
That is
That
important. That is important.
very important.
And this
Can't
is
be shy and in a bubble.
right. And this is also why we do this as well, because, who knows who could see this video and say, you know what?
Hmm.
I like how she operates. Let me invest in her. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
it's always
Absolutely.
good to do these types of opportunities. And if you ever notice, and I tell people this all the time, you only see Black entrepreneurs on this show. This is a
Come on
show
now.
for us to finally network and have a platform where we all can come together and support
Come
each other.
on now.
So
Yes.
even if it is just putting your face out there, putting your, and one thing I always encourage people with these interviews is that you just don't understand how much people relate to a real person.
Yes.
So when they see you and they, see how you, talk to me and, the energy you give, they're like, you know what? I think she dope as hell. Let me, let me go on her site and see what we got going on you know so I think it's very important as far as networking. And I've actually found friends and business partners, business mentors, just simply being myself and doing these types
Yes.
of things. So I commend you on that.
Thank you.
So what would be some advice you would give future entrepreneurs that want to go into your field as far as apparel?
Um, I don't want to sound cliche, but I want to assure you that giving up is never an option.
Mhm.
I don't care if Johnny May down the street sell the same thing you sell. Hey, you and Johnny May can collaborate, or something
Right.
like that, whatever. But
Exactly.
never give up on you, your vision, because you're not going to be happy. You're
Right.
not going to be happy settling, working for somebody else.
Right.
You're not going to be happy dismissing a part of you. It's like Stallunique is a part of my heart. You get what
Mhm.
I'm saying? I can't breathe without it. So you have to see it that way, as though this is a part of your body that you cannot function without. And you have to do whatever you need to do to make sure it stays healthy, because that's what's keeping you afloat. Um, Understand that you can't mix business with personal.
Mhm.
I learned that from experience. I'm just gonna say that you can't mix business with personal. Understand that just like they go out in these stores to buy Coach or whatever else they buy, if they want to buy from you, they're gonna buy from you.
Right.
That comes down to your shipping rules, your pricing, anything. It's a business first.
Right.
Um, you can make family a part of it. But sometimes that's not always good either. Okay, that
And family and friends, because I always say I don't understand the fact that sometimes you have individuals that feel like they can get something for free simply
mhm,
because they know you, and it's like that's not how it works. You're not gonna go into Louis Vuitton, you're not gonna go into Phipps Plaza just hey, let me get some free stuff because y'all know me.
y'all
Mm,
know me. And your point is what? The bills don't know you.
right. Exactly.
These purchases we got to make, they don't know you. So
Right.
it's like, respect us as small business owners as you would a big time business owner. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And no matter how much backlash you get from that, keep your foot down. Keep your foot on their neck. I'm trying to tell you, it works. People will grow to respect you more. And
Right.
it's not always going to be easy to do.
Hmm.
You may go home and cry to yourself sometimes because you're like, dang, I thought that was my friend. I thought my family would support me more. You're going to get more support from strangers than you would from people who are very close to you. It's sad, but it's the truth. That's something I definitely learned. And don't let that discourage you. Let that be a blessing to you.
Right.
Because just because they're family, that doesn't mean they're meant to go on every journey with you, or this journey, should I say.
Right.
Um, it just is what it is. Um, Also, make sure you do your homework. Make sure you do your research. Know who your competitors are. Um, know your audience. Know exactly where you're trying to go. Um, don't beat yourself up if you don't see the amount of success that you thought you should have within a certain, you know, time span.
Mhm.
Celebrate your small victories. That's one thing that will keep you going. When you celebrate your small victories, you won't be so down, you know.
Right.
Um, and understand that there's help. I'm always here if you guys want to reach out to me. I give free advice. I'm not the type of person, if I have information, I'm going to charge you for it. No,
Right. That's
I'm
the
not
same
going to,
here. Same here. I
yeah,
had somebody actually ask me about podcasting opportunities, and and he was like, "Yeah, so just let me know how much you charge for consulting." And I'm like, "Consulting, child? No, we all can eat off of this,
exactly.
And even doing my own research, finding out that podcasting is a $4 billion industry. So
Come
I
to
just want a
4 billion.
small piece of it. You know what I'm saying? You can have some more. You can have,
Yes, come through for a billion.
know, you
You should give
know.
me a billion. I'm happy. A
Okay.
billion.
So
Shoot.
yeah, so I agree with you on that. It's definitely one of those things that, is very important. So just to go ahead and tell people, where can people find your merchandise and purchase your product?
You can find it on Stallunique.com. That's spelled Stallunique.com. I'm on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Etsy, all that under the same name. So that's where you can shop with me. Even if you catch me on the street, say, "Hey, you that Stallunique lady?" Yep. I got photos all in my phone of what I got. Okay.
I know that's right. And of course, again, you guys, we will put everything in the video description so that you guys can easily access the website and all of her contact information so that you guys can also purchase items from Miss Style Unique herself. But are there any final words or encouragement that you have for our viewers and any future entrepreneurs?
My encouragement is actually going to go directly to you.
Okay.
I thank you for having me aboard on your show. I foresee so much coming of this show, baby. It's not going to just be a podcast. You're going to be on someone's television, baby, owning it, bigger than Ellen. I foresee that. The fact that you are spotlighting us, our people, is phenomenal to me. You take time out of your day. You have three handsome young kings that you could be maintaining, baby, but you take the time out to spotlight us, and I'm so grateful. So thank you very, very much.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
being on the
welcome.
show. I do appreciate you guys also taking the time out. Because, again, like I said, I do this because I want to make sure that we have our own platform because ain't nobody going to look out for us but us.
That's right.
And especially for us Black women.
Yeah,
We have so much put on us on a day-to-day basis. And especially us being single mothers, it's always, tenfold.
I'm telling you,
Um,
never done. Job never done.
right. Right. So, it's always good. And I'm gonna tell you, keep doing what you're doing. You are
Thank
awesome.
you.
And again, you are just so gorgeous, darling.
Thank you.
And I adore your site. I adore your products. I've even sent information to family members and friends. So, hopefully you'll get some more orders coming in,
Oh,
girl.
thank you. I claim it. Thank you so, so much.
But again, thank you again for joining us. For the people in the audience, hey everybody. Sorry I couldn't tell everybody hello. We were in the
Thank you
middle of
all
a
for
conversation.
watching.
So thank you guys for joining us. And as always, stay sweet.